can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Well, welcome back to Let the Boys
My wife
Watch,
said,
an entertainment
"No,
podcast
baby,
brought to you by
leave." I
Going
said, "No,
Gray Productions. I am one of your hosts. My name is Robbie. And today it was Mike Myers week. And our winner was the 1997 comedy Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Austin Powers stars Mike Myers times two, Elizabeth Hurley, Michael York, Amy Rogers, Seth Green, Mindy Sterling, and Will Ferrell. Or Ferrell, N-E-R-D. Alongside me is the Cuz, who's already talking shit. The Cuz, how you feeling today?
We're feeling randy, baby.
Smashing, right? And alongside the Cuz of myself, good friend, co-host Ryan. How we doing?
Please allow myself to introduce myself. I'm good. Robbie, you horny baby? Are you?
I'm always horny, baby.
Oh, I fell over.
Oh, I fell over again.
Oh man, I feel like this whole episode is just gonna be us quoting things. So yeah, like Robbie said, this is Let the Boys Watch. We typically watch movies that one or all of us haven't seen. We come up with themes and we ask you to vote on it. Sometimes we're feeling randy and we just do whatever we want. Like this week, Mike Myers week, I think maybe one of us hadn't seen them all, but whatever. We all saw this movie because we were right in that wheelhouse. This was perfect for our age. So if you want to get, I don't know, involved in that conversation, let us know what you think about Austin Powers or any of the other films that we've done, any of the shows we've done, or suggest a theme or a few films for us in the future. Please send us an email, ltbw podcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, both in the show notes. Get involved in the votes every Friday. And Benny, tell them how else they can get involved.
Yeah, if you want to hop in the Shagmobile and ride with us on YouTube, you could follow us at Let the Boys Watch. We'd love to see you there. Comment on the video. You can get involved with us. You can get all our videos once they come out by clicking the bell. You'll get a little notification every time. That's really it. I mean, we really could use your support. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah. Watch Godzilla -1 like the rest of Japan is.
There you go. Godzilla -1 and Home Alone are two smashing hits.
2 big hits. Maybe this one will take over. Smashing baby. Yeah. Well, you know what? I know we've all seen this film. But what I would like to hear is, you know, we have our segments coming up, but I want to hear your overall impressions, but give me a little history because I think we all have probably pleasant memories of this film. I think we all enjoyed it as, you know, teenagers when it first came out, but yeah, I don't know. Does anyone want to get started? Get a little, you know, when you saw it, what you thought or whatever, and then overall impressions.
I think this came out before I was in that zone where you hang out with your friends more than your family. So this is kind of one of the last movies I remember being. It definitely reminds me of Robbie and my other cousins and my uncles, because this was just constantly getting quoted all the time. I could picture a couple of my uncles saying the lines as they were happening. Robbie, my cousin Lenny, shout out cousin Lenny. So this one brings up a lot of good memories for me personally. So I was happy that this is what won, even though I've probably seen 99% of Wayne's World, but never sat down and watched it front to back. And I didn't see So I Married an Axe Murderer. Usually I kind of favor the movies that we haven't seen, but I just knew the nostalgia that this movie was going to bring up. So I'm glad that it won. And yeah, I was very happy about it. And it just brought back all those memories of being like, I don't know, I was probably like 12 when this movie came out. So it just felt good to watch this one again.
You want to go into overall impressions or should we
Oh yeah, we do overall impressions. I was worried that it wasn't going to hold up. I think some parts didn't, but it wasn't like, oh, super cringy. It was just like, yeah, that was kind of the time. And like I said, I mean, those feelings of nostalgia hit, and I wanted to watch it again because I felt like this was one of those movies that I truly had on repeat all the time back in the day, trying to remember all the one-liners, trying to remember all the quotes and stuff like that, doing the impressions. Um, and this was just a movie that I felt like even now I could watch it back to back, and just so I could remember all those lines so you could throw them out to your friends and your family. So yeah, it held up for me. Am I putting it, we had that conversation with Step Brothers about, is it going to be my top five? Maybe not, but still, I mean, an absolute classic, and it still hit very hard for me. I had the conversation of, do you think the second one is better? And I was like, you know what? Maybe. I don't really like, it's been so long, I can't separate any of those movies. I feel like they came out like every 6 months, and I would just watch them all over and over and over again. So gonna maybe have to fire up Spy Who Shagged Me soon, and come to a decision on that. But very happy with this.
Robbie?
Yeah, I'm gonna say all the same things that Benny had said. I remember watching this with a ton of family members. I must have watched it. I probably watched it like 50 times within like a 4 or 5 year span. I went as Austin Powers for Halloween. I think when I was like 20, 21, I think. I had the teeth and everything. I mean, I loved Austin Powers, loved the movie, so many quotable quotes. Still, still quote stuff today. How's your father? Buongiorno, boys. When I see a nice pair of Italian boots. Um, the Swedish penis and larger shit. I mean, everything is just so funny. Yeah, was it corny? Some parts were corny. Yeah, of course. Is it in the Step Brothers category for me? No. It hit a little different this time around. I didn't find it. I found it funny, but I didn't. I wasn't overly crazy about it. I probably would have maybe wanted to watch Wayne's World. I haven't seen that in a long time, so that would have been nice. But I love this movie. It makes me laugh. So many stupid things. I mean, I don't want to go into anything, as far as scene wise, but I mean, so many fantastic quotes, so many things that I remember just memorizing and talking about, and it's great. I mean, so many great characters, some great performances, obviously by Mike Myers and actors like that. But it's fantastic. It's a great movie, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all about the same age. We're all pretty much in the same boat. Um, I remember watching it, and like my dad quoting it like nonstop. And he made a good point, which I hadn't thought of before, was, you know, it's like it was such a good film, and the second one was so good too, that it like almost ruined like James Bond movies. And they actually, I looked into it a little bit. Like that's why, I forget which one it was, but that's why Bond got like much darker. I guess maybe like one of the ones right after this came out, because it wanted to try to like separate itself from this a little bit, because it's almost like, how could you not think of this when
Yeah,
Bond is doing like the same stuff, but then there's no punchline. It's just like, he's just cool. I also
yeah.
like to live dangerously, but then there's no stupidity after it. Um, but yeah, I mean, nonstop quoting. I do think it's one of those things that where like people quote a few lines from it like so much that it like jumped the shark, and then kind of came back around a little bit. Um, it's just like, for a little while you're like, all right, Austin Powers, okay, like
Yeah.
that's chill.
Still doing that. We're still doing
Still,
that.
still doing that. Like, what's next? My wife, like
Yeah.
that kind of shit. But then it comes back around, and like it's funny again. Um,
Yeah.
because I think like what you guys said, just the nostalgia of it, like the remembering watching it at home with my family and just cracking up. Um, I also agree with Robbie. Like I enjoyed it. And it was, laughed plenty of times, but it wasn't as amazing as I was remembering, I guess, to a certain extent. Like enjoyable, and I wanted to watch the second one right away, but I didn't because I knew that if we were gonna do this, I didn't want it to like seep
Bleed.
into my head and like talk about that. Um, so yeah, great film, love it. So funny, but it definitely I almost wish I didn't watch it because it not that it tarnished it, but it just didn't hit the same, and like it kind of maybe it's my age or when I watched it by myself. You know, comedies are always so much better to watch with people because everyone's laughing and having a good time. But
Yeah.
no, I'm glad we watched this. I think if we were to do Mike Myers week again, I would hope Wayne's World would win. I feel like there's maybe some more like it's a little funnier at this point in my life, but either way, a good way to spend 90 minutes for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to, I think, to separate these movies. Like, I think when we're thinking back on these movies and like all those, the emotions and the lines that we have, I couldn't tell you which line was from which movie. So I'm wondering if, kind of like I said, that the second one was a lot better and we're just kind of conflating all of them. Not that I thought this was bad in any way, but
Uh,
I'm wondering if two is just a lot better.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, I probably will watch two pretty soon. Um, I feel like I'm remembering it being a little better, but there was I they kind of went a little too hard into like Dr. Evil being like corny.
Ridiculous,
And
yeah.
yeah, and like while it was funny, like I feel like if I'm remembering correctly, parts of two and then definitely three were like I feel like now it wouldn't hold up as much. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't watched two in a long time, so
Three definitely stunk, and I feel like two. I don't know. The mini me character to me kind of I did not like, and I didn't like that even back then. And but I used to have when I first got my license, I had the keychain, and then I had the Austin Powers keychain where the head was like this fucking big, and you just press it, and he was like, it would just say like, "Yeah, baby," and like, "Shall we shag now or shall we shag later?" And I'm fucking 16 years old with like a 2-inch penis, is thinking like I'm the coolest guy in town. So I mean, that's what it was, just a massive Austin Powers head on my keychain, driving up my Nissan Maxima, pumping DMX out of my CD player with the portable CDs.
I love
And
it.
probably smash a Benny into a fence or something like that.
yeah, baby.
Yep.
It's so fun. I feel like at this point, like quoting it to each other is funnier than the actual movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still liked it, but yeah, I don't know.
It's of
Comedy,
its time.
it is. Comedies, a lot of comedies don't hold up like for like
Because
years down the line.
yeah, because what are these comedies all about? It's like pushing the boundaries.
Yeah,
And like
boundaries.
some of that stuff that they said then was probably like, "Ooh, you can't say, that's a little
Yeah,
risque." And now it's like, 7-year-olds are saying like more ridiculous stuff than this. So
yeah,
you lose a little bit of that like edge to the movie where it almost comes off as just like a silly parody movie now, which
yeah,
it was, but there was, probably they were probably pushing the limits for what that could be.
yeah. But there's also stuff in comedies from the 90s just in general where like nowadays it's like risque or like pushing the boundaries because like
We've
it
moved
depends
on.
on what you're talking about. Like certain things, it's like that's not pushing any boundaries, that who cares. But then there's other things you're like, whoa, we can't say that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Which I don't think there was much of that in this one. There was
No, there
nothing I
really
looked
wasn't.
back and was like, "Oh, you can't say that now."
I thought there would be like more of that, and there really wasn't. Like I would say in total, it's a pretty timeless like movie. There's a few things, but nothing crazy. Like it, it easily could have been made today, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And I mean, Elizabeth Hurley's still looking good. She could play that part pretty much today, I think.
She should have been in all three.
You might be right.
Phenomenal.
All right. You guys want to do some scores and then we'll get get to some topics?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. See? It's so funny. Why don't you go first, Benny?
Me? All right.
Yeah, baby.
I'm gonna go 8.4 on this one. Like, very solid comedy. I want to leave room for the other for 2 because I think I might be right. It might have been better, but yeah, I mean, just for all the memories that it gave me, and I didn't cringe the whole time I was watching it. I'll give it a good solid 8.4.
Robbie?
Yeah, going into this, I was like, this is an automatic 10. This is an absolute 10. Nothing's gonna talk myself out of it. And then halfway through the movie, I'm like, this is not a 10. This isn't even a 9. Well, I did love it for the nostalgia factor. There is some, some corniness, some unfunny parts. But it doesn't deter my love for this film. It's just that I'm a little older now. I haven't seen it in about 10 years. So, um, yeah, I mean, the things I laughed at then are the same things I laugh at now. Pacing's great. The performances are great. Hour and 30 minutes is the gold standard for comedy films. It should be the gold standard for every single film made in America, and any other films across the country. So I'm going to give it an 8.6. Like the last time the Mets won the World Series, 86.
Don't remind me.
Roasted.
Well, there was the picture that we got in the group chat for the fantasy football that was uncalled for. So
I got a lot. I got so many on deck.
it's a long season, okay? It's a long season. I know where you live. I know where you live.
Yeah, similar to you guys. I enjoyed it. I was going in. I feel like Robbie and I like hyped each other up so much. Like we were just like, I can't wait. Like, and I feel like lately here and there we'll like mention it or in the group text, we'll like whatever. But I was like amped up to watch this because I was like, this is gonna be so fucking funny. I can't wait. But yeah, I laughed. It was fine. There was definitely some cringy parts. So is it, an all-time classic comedy for me? No, but it is a very enjoyable comedy. So 8.2 for me.
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Should we do scenes or characters first?
I think characters. There's a lot of good scenes you can point at. This is how many characters can we
Yeah, it's like 4
nail here?
characters in the whole movie. All right, Robbie, your choice. Do you want to go first or last? And we're
First,
we'll do favorite first because there's not a lot of least favorite, I think.
I can go first.
Please.
Elizabeth Hurley. Unbelievable. But I'm not gonna. Please, what a fox. Golly. Oh boy, the plums they're exploding in my pants right now, so be careful. But I'll go with Mike Myers as Austin Powers. He got it. The guy's fantastic in this movie. I'm not gonna give him shit for stealing Dana Carvey's bit, Dr. Evil as Lauren Michaels. I won't do that. Even though he definitely did steal it from him, and that's not cool. But he's great in this movie. He's hilarious. He's the entire movie. Playing both parts. I do not, Dr. Evil is one of my least favorite characters. I found him a little bit corny in this movie, but Austin Powers, the International Man of Mystery, the Sex Machine. Please, the guy's been frozen for 30 years and he comes back, still rare. Who's getting ass like that with a set of chompers like that? Only Austin Powers is. I don't know. You throw a comedic genius around, but Mike Myers is hilarious and amazing in this movie. He really is. What a great movie. What a great character he is, and tons of laughs. Tons of laughs. He's so versatile in this movie. The dancing, they're just a stupid. I don't want to say physical comedy, but just a comedic performance that he provided in this movie. It stands the test of time. It's one of the best comedic characters of all time, and I truly believe that, and I don't think that there's an argument to that. So I have to go with him. He is this entire movie.
Agreed.
Yeah. And you were talking, I mean, Mike Myers, just in general, I'm pretty much always thinking, like, what's he up to? Apparently, he's working on Shrek 5, Wayne's World 3, and Austin Powers 4.
No.
That's what it says.
Oh
Geriatric Man mystery.
Yeah.
boy.
He's going to be who Michael Caine played.
Yeah.
But even with that, quickly, I do love, when comedic actors do serious parts like Bill Hader and Barry. Mike Myers did in I think was it just 54? Was that just?
He's been in a couple.
So he did that
Couple of
Studio
bit
54
parts.
movie. He was in Inglourious Bastards
Oh.
as a serious part. So I mean, I do enjoy. He's good in that stuff. So I do enjoy when
Bohemian
comedic actors
Rhapsody,
take
but he
on
was kind of.
serious.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's all right. I was only talking. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I was only trying to fucking make a point, but well, forget about that.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, well, wait your turn, please. Once in my life. No, that's it. Just comedic actors that flip a little bit and do serious roles. I do love that because it's you feel like they're very versatile. And I think Mike Myers has done a couple parts in the past that I really enjoyed that was serious.
Ryan, who was your fave?
Just unlocking. I didn't want to interrupt again.
Thank you, please.
No, but real quick, totally agree. I feel like so many of the comedic actors that do a dramatic role, like Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell, like a bunch of these guys, like just I don't know, it's like they're coming from a different place, and they always. I feel like the common perception of a lot of comedians is that they have a lot of demons. Maybe not demons, but like I don't know. They got problems. So it's good to see them use that and be dramatic and be sad and angry and like all that stuff. I love it too.
I do think it's definitely like I don't know. I feel like it's harder to be a comedic actor, but what the
think
hell do
so
I know?
too.
Yeah.
I think the hardest is being like a timeless comedic actor because like we were just sort of saying before, but so many comedies just do not stand the test of time. And maybe part of it is what Benny was saying before, but like when you have a comedic actor that you watch a movie when it comes out or 20 years later and it's still funny, like a Mel Brooks or something like that, I mean, I feel like that's like better than almost any other acting role. It's just so
Yeah.
hard.
And sometimes you get on like, all right, Will Ferrell. I mean, we doing the same thing. But I mean, he's been doing it. He like the run that he went on, and he still is a fantastic comedic actor. I mean, you don't see it that much less unless I feel like that's kind of worn off. But I mean, he's always bringing it, and he's hilarious. I mean, I was watching some blooper reels from him last night from all his movies, like on YouTube, and it was like just 25 minutes of him just being an absolute magician out there, and you just die laughing. So yeah, there's a few that just do stand the test of time, and he's one of them. Maybe Adam Sandler's one of them, even though Adam Sandler just kind of sells out with Netflix movies. But I mean, I do the same thing. Money
Imagine just
talks.
the three of us just making movies, and the script is like, and they go to an exotic location, and they all have hot wives. What a film!
Sign me up for 2 more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
go to New Zealand and do a leap as my wife. Oh shucks,
Oh,
absolutely not.
man.
Say no.
No, but my principles, I can't do it.
Can't do it. I'm a married man.
I'm gonna go with. I think I'll go with Elizabeth Hurley. As Vanessa Kensington. I mean, besides the fact that, like you said, Robbie, she was a Stone Cold Fox in this. She is currently at whatever age she is, 50 something, still a Stone Cold Fox. That has nothing really to do with it. I thought she was a great, like, not straight man, like straight character to Austin. And like the one of my favorite things in this film is when like Austin's just nonstop at 100 all the time. I mean, there's parts where he, kind of like chills out a little bit and realizes it's 30 years in the future. But when he's just constantly just going at her with all the nonsense, and eventually she starts to like break a little bit. Like you could see it early, and then she breaks, and then she likes it and all that stuff. But I felt she was a very good just actor to play off of for Austin, besides the fact that she is one of the most beautiful women maybe ever. So good for her.
Hugh
Congrats
Grant, what an
there.
idiot.
What?
Hugh Grant, what an idiot.
Yeah, is that who he was married to and he cheated on her with the nanny or something?
I think a prostitute. I thought a prostitute. I think he
Prostate?
got picked up. Yeah.
What an idiot.
You know what's funny about that prostitute?
What?
He was a man.
That's not your mother. It's a man, baby. See, and when I was watching that part, I was like, this isn't funny. But doing it now, hilarious.
Oh, you still say that to this day.
Yeah,
It's not your mother, that's a man, baby.
she is rather mannish.
Which perfectly transitions into my favorite character, and it's Michael York as Basil Expedition. And I'm 100% allowing the other two movies to cloud this decision for me. I just love the the back and forth they always have with the twins, Basil, and his just I don't know, when he pops up on the screen in 1969 and he's got like the long shaggy hair, and when he shows up at the end of the movie, I don't know, like there's something about like that joyous energy that he brings to that character, and I don't know,
Kids are very positive.
yeah. So I love Michael York as Basil Expedition. 50% of this just might be that I love the name Basil Expedition.
Love
So yeah, so give me Michael York as Basil Expedition.
Ani Menches. Just kind of looking through.
I'll
I
go
mean, I
Will
got
Ferrell
one.
as Mustafa.
There you go.
Yeah, good choice. Though I was gonna say that too.
I'm very
Uh,
badly burnt.
oh, you're here.
Shot me. Shot me right in the arm.
Why would you do that?
Give me, for my Ani Mensch, give me Robert Wagner as number 2. I mean, what a dynamic duo, Basil Expedition and number 2, just two of the best little bit side characters in movie history. I don't know who Robert Wagner is, but he's just got that aura and presence that just makes him seem like he's such a serious actor, but he excels in this comedy role. Like I was flipping through his filmography as we were talking before, and like it just looks like 5s and 6s on IMDb, like just a bunch of like B-level stuff. But I don't know, there's something, I guess it's the voice. He's got that silky smooth voice, and the, you know, when he cries when he's talking to Dr. Uriel at the end of the movie, and just how his character develops throughout the whole rest of the franchise. Number 2 has got to be it for me.
I think maybe he kind of because he's been in a ton of stuff, but there was that whole thing with his wife and Christopher
Yeah, he killed her?
Walken.
Oh
You guys know about
no.
that?
Natalie Wood, yeah.
Yeah,
On the boat.
on the
She
boat.
drowned.
Can I rescind?
No,
Nah,
you knew what you were doing.
I thought that was Charles Bronson. Wasn't that Charles Bronson that did that?
Oh no, that's Bobby Wagner, brother. And I talking about
He-
the closer.
It's not the guy from the Jinx.
No. That's Robert Wagner on a boat with Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood. She wound up drowning. Nobody knew, mysteriously. His wife, his girlfriend.
Cut everything I say. Just cut that out.
No, lead with that. Lead with
So
that. Ryan, put that in. Cut that in
you
the
know what?
beginning.
I have. Hold on. I'm taking this again so I can cut it. I got no Ani Mentions for this one.
I mean, he was never convicted, so I don't know if we can. You know, he was
OJ.
in this movie. He's in tons of other stuff.
Yeah. It's just mysterious. This mysterious circumstance. That's really it.
But that's like,
Like,
I mean, check out last week, Talented Mr. Ripley, when we were talking about how you could do like fucking anything back in the
Yeah.
day. And as long as like a couple of men, church-going men say, "Ah, no, he's cool. He didn't do anything." Cops are like, "Ah, it's good. You're good."
Oh, good here. Wrap it up, boys. Wrap it
Wrap
up.
it up. Ani Mensch, I'm gonna go. Mm, I don't know. There's a couple of good like quick characters, but I'm gonna go with a lot of vagina. Just because it's so funny. Like it's such a play on um the Bond girls and stuff like that. Like and overacted to the hilt. So funny. But her and um Random Task, just perfect
Random task.
Bond.
I think he is in jail for murder.
Yeah, he's in jail for murder.
So you do it with a shoe?
Yeah, that really hurt. I'm gonna have him mark. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need to. Does anyone else have any other Ani Menches?
We can go all day. I mean, Mike
Yeah.
Myers as Dr. Evil, just throw it out there. And yeah, that's really it.
I mean, I was gonna say Patty O'Brien.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even Scott Evil, sort of, but I feel like maybe not. And I mean, Frau, like they're all funny in their own right. Like pretty much every
Yeah.
character is
But
funny.
I think that whole Dr. Evil crew got so much better in the next movie.
I think so. So speaking of that crew, maybe least favorite characters. Benny.
Well, Ryan, my least favorite character is Robert Wagner because there's a lot of allegations about him that I'm just not
Whirling.
comfortable with. No, I'm gonna go with give me I want to find the character name. If not, if I don't find it in a second here, I'm just gonna go with Tom Arnold. There's just something about Tom Arnold, man. I just
Yeah.
don't. I like. He seems like a good enough guy, but it also seems like he made a lot of poor decisions, and that just reflects on him as a person. And I don't know. He's just annoying, and I don't think he's funny. So Tom Arnold is guy in the bathroom dropping a deuce.
What did you eat?
Yeah, that's a person. That's a
Yeah.
dead person.
Yeah. How could you confuse that with food?
Oh, so
Yeah.
he was uncredited, Tom Arnold, and let's all be thankful for that.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm sorry. I kind of have a sneaky suspicion that I'm about to steal Robbie's pick. I'm gonna go with Mike Myers as Dr. Evil. No, maybe not.
That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
All right, good. I don't want to steal your pick.
No.
I mean, in '97 or when when we were younger, Dr. Evil in this movie, hilarious. Everything he said was funny because of the way he said it. Like he was just a take on Bond villains and how corny they were. But I don't know, watching it this time, there was like one or two lines that I thought were funny, but for the most part, I wasn't like, he didn't annoy me for the most part, but I wasn't laughing. So I'm gonna pick him.
I think the whole every like legend status for me is just the whole scene where he has Austin and he's feeding them dinner. And then once he like sends them off, and just the speech he gives Scott, he's like, "You just don't get it, do you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm gonna let them in it, in an easily escapable situation, and just trust that they're dead." I don't know. That was just a perfect, over explaining the Bond, like how Bond gets out of every situation.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Didn't
The
that part I like. I love.
Just didn't land for me this time.
Yeah, it did, that was like kind of corny this time.
Yeah.
I will always crack up at he's got the cat food. Meow mix, please deliver. And I think that was like the start of like 2 and 3 of him being
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Like just super ridiculous.
Just like super corny, but we'll see. Robbie?
Yeah, I'll go Seth Green as Scott Evil. I don't like Seth Green. I would wish somebody else played the part. I don't know, it's just something about him. I didn't like him in these movies, back in the day, just like I didn't like Mini-Me in 2 and 3. So nothing was going to change my mind. I thought somebody's going to pick him. Well, I don't really have any deep intellectual thought of it. I just don't like him. I forgot what he was in. I didn't like him in his, was it Can't Hardly Wait? Yeah,
goggles.
with the goggles. I don't know. There's just something about Seth Green that I don't like. Did he do it like wrestling stuff too?
I don't know.
Like WWE. I feel like he was in that for like a little bit, showed up for a bit. I don't know. So my least favorite character in this movie is Seth Green as Scott Evil, because I don't like him. That's really it. Not that he's a bad actor. I just can't stand his face. He's got a punchable face.
Just want to deliver one of these. He I feel like has a much better comedic mind, like the Robot Chicken stuff, the Family Guy stuff. Like that's his best stuff. I think when he's on screen, a little bit gets lost in translation.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
agree. I think he might be a better like writer, creator than actor.
Some people don't got the screen.
Man, can't do it all.
Can't do it all. Can't do anything, but here I am, bashing.
Scott, if you want to come on the show though, Seth Green,
please.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, also, Bobby Wagner, if you want to come on the show, you and Benny can have a nice little conversation about, murders and getting away with murder and things like that. Because Benny's a big murder guy.
Huge.
Someone say the biggest. Can't find a better murderer than Benny.
No, definitely not.
Any other Ani mentions? Or no, we didn't do any. Does anyone have any Ani mentions?
Yeah, give me the Ani mensch of the Mad TV guy that gets run over by the bulldozer. I don't know. I don't like that guy, and
that part annoyed me.
Yeah, and his career he went from being unknown in that movie. Oh, speaking of which, I have an Ani mention for favorite character. I'm gonna bring that back. He went from being unknown in that movie to his whole career playing out, and he's unknown again, because I was like, who the fuck? I was like, I remember that guy, but I remember nothing about him or his name or anything like that. My secret Ani mensch favorite character. Did you guys notice the cameo very early in the movie of somebody that is very popular now?
Maybe
he was in the Electric Shagadelic Pussycat Kitchen
Pussycat
or
Club.
whatever. Yeah. Very small. Didn't say anything. He's just on screen for a second. John Mulaney.
Really?
Yeah. He's in it for a split second. Yeah. It must have been like, super early. He's just like an extra. But he's right, like dead center screen with like a wig on. He almost looks like Gil Faizon.
From the famous show Too Much Tuna?
Too Much Tuna Fish.
That's entirely too much tuna.
Wait, I have also a late Ani match for favorite characters. Burt Bacharach.
Oh,
the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach.
Please.
The world needs not.
Rest in peace, Burt.
Best. Imagine driving around the Vegas Strip on an open air bus with Burt Bacharach playing.
That's what changed Vanessa's mind.
It had to have. That would change anyone's mind.
Yeah.
But then also that like montage was like, what the hell is this? Like,
I love that. Oh, it's so corny. I love it.
It's so
and
bad.
they played it off like so corny too, like the way they were like, oh, just nailed it.
So good. All right. Any other Ani mentions for least favorite?
Whatever her name is. I forgot her name. The girl with the one of Doctor Evil's hench woman.
Frau Farbissina.
Yeah, I didn't again.
Bring in the
Just a
fanbots.
just the face and the face and I don't know. I didn't really like her back then either. So it's just it just comes full circle when I watch it again. The reasons why I don't like people.
Again, I think she gets better in the next couple movies. Like she's not as like screamy.
I don't know if I thought 2 is better than 1, but I gotta give it a go. I did buy it for $4.99, this one, so.
Yeah, I bought it. No, I bought the 3-pack.
Did you?
Well,
I can't do number 3. I think Beyonce is absolutely horrendous as Foxy Cleopatra.
I like, you know what it is about 3? Yes, but I love
Fat bastard.
Gold Member.
Oh yeah.
So stupid. It's so bad. And his dad is good in it, Michael Caine.
Yeah.
But wait, I have yet another Ani Mensch for favorite characters.
Go.
The Fembots.
Oh please. Machine Gun Jabblies.
Oh my goodness, forget about it.
How did I miss
Does he not?
those?
He doesn't say Machine Gun Jubblies in this movie.
In 2.
He says it in 2.
Yep,
I was waiting for Machine Gun Jubblies the whole time.
I know. I think it's
Next
you
week.
that can't resist me, baby.
Next week's sequel week.
All right. Let's move on to scenes. Should we do least favorite or favorite first?
Least.
What? Does anyone want to go first?
I'll go first so I can let you guys pick your litter on the favorite scenes. My least, I don't have a least favorite scene, but I'll say the one that annoyed me the most was the lack of attention to detail of the scene where Austin's naked and they're doing all the gags about him, like she picks up the tea or whatever.
Yeah.
There's one shot where you can clearly see he's got like something covering his Johnson.
Really?
Yeah, because I like they moved something, but like there's space between. So back then, I mean, on non-HD TVs, I'm sure nobody picked up on that, but we just wouldn't see that today. And it's just such a cop-out answer to like nitpick on something like this as far as my least favorite scene. But there's nothing really that sticks out to me as like, oh, this scene stunk, except maybe the shh. But that was such a small part of a bigger scene that I enjoyed. So I'll just call that out. Is Mike Myers' package being covered, and you could see it. Neglecting all the work that they did.
His twig and berries?
No, it's just like a cover over his twig and berries. You don't see his berries or his twig.
No, you don't see anything. His twig and
No.
berries.
His
Been frozen for 30 years.
Gotta make sure the rod and tackle still works.
I'll go next. Give Robbie the turn. I think I'm gonna go with I mentioned it quickly before, but yeah, I don't your mother's a man scene. It just I don't know. It did not hit.
Are you bag, baby?
I fucking loved it.
I don't know. It was just like
I don't know why.
Like I get it's a comedy and whatever, but it's just like so stupid. Like, how could you think that that's a man?
She's very mannish.
She wasn't though. She was an old woman.
I know.
And the other thing is, Austin
Sort
Powers.
things out my bag.
I get it. I have bad teeth. Austin Powers is an international, not just in England, but international man of mystery. That man has punched his fair share of things, people, objects, whatever. You're telling me that maybe she is a man because she took that punch and she got knocked down, but she was fine.
Yeah.
She was a little shaken up, like, oh, my bun is messed up. But he clocked her right in the face, and she was like, pretty okay.
Yeah.
He's
She
the
could take
man,
a
baby.
punch.
Yeah, I mean, that's like you, Benny. That was my least favorite I mean, I didn't really have a least favorite. Like there's not really any scenes that really
It's
jump out to me.
it's pretty tight.
Yeah, it's fine. Robbie?
Yeah, my least favorite. So I'll just go something simple. I'll just go with the cut. I mean, even though they're fantastic, I don't know why I'm saying this, but the cut scenes with when he just like the band. It's like, what are we doing here? I
With
get it,
Ming
but just,
T?
yeah, just like a couple of I don't know. The band cut scenes was stupid. I love them, but I don't really have a least favorite scene, so I'll just go with those couple of jump scenes.
It's almost like, I mean, I think they did it because a lot of old like shows and movies and stuff would have things like that in them. So you're like, it was a parody on that. Like it makes, I don't think any of you have seen this, but there was a show called Lancelot Link. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I never even heard of it.
No.
Okay. Regardless, it had scenes like little cut scenes with the bands, and it was also parodying other things that would do this, but it kind of feels like they clocked in at like 1 hour 23 minutes, and some exec was like, "We need like 7 more minutes to make this an hour and a half," and Mike Myers was like,
All right.
"Get the band together."
Oh man.
Um,
Favorite
any
scene, Rob?
well, any honorable mentions, or should we
Oh yeah.
do favorites?
I mean,
Uh,
I was stretching for that, so
yeah, I don't know. I don't really have anything. But I
Well,
wish Benny would have said it. I wish Benny would have saved himself with it any time Robert Wagner was on the screen. But I mean,
oh shit. Damn
who does
but no.
number 2 work for?
That's
Double
right. But you
Wagner.
tell that
Oh,
Terry who's
that
boss.
should have been my least favorite. But again, Mike Myers is in it, so whatever. You gotta blow
Everyone's
out
always
your
after me like
O-ring.
your charms.
It's a
It's a
television
commercial.
commercial.
I
That's
do
a
laugh
great
at
scene
that
with
all the
Dr.
time.
Evil. When
I
he's
do
doing
laugh at
that.
that all the time. It's like, I do laugh at that. All right, I'm back, Dr. Evil. I'm back.
I might be back too. Let's go back and re-record
The whole thing.
the whole thing. Yeah, let's do favorite scenes. Robbie, you're
This
up.
is a tough one for me. There's two that I really love, but I have to go with the tried and true on the unfreezing scene. I mean, there's so many amazing parts, so many amazing lines in that scene that I still say to this day. I mean, him just him just saying that, yeah, when he sees Vanessa and he's like he can't control his inner monologue, and he just, man, I bet she shags like a minx. I mean, still we still use minx. We use it in our polls. I mean, we haven't done a minx or stinks poll in a long time, but I mean,
We
shout out to
haven't.
Austin Powers. Uh, I mean, what do I have written down? Sorry. The the Danger Powers uh artifacts that he has when
Damn it.
he's coming out on Frozen. I mean, forget about it. I mean, again, the Bongiorno boys. Still to this day, it makes me die laughing. Just like I said, anytime I see a nice pair of boots or a nice pair of shoes, always Bongiorno boys. I mean, the Swedish penis enlarger. I mean, this sort of thing is in my bag, baby.
That I
It's like
bust
one
that out.
receipt.
I don't think anybody knows that anymore, but I bust that out every once in a while. Just like, this sort of thing is my bag, baby.
One receipt for Swedish penis enlarger. Honestly, it's not. Honestly, it's not mine.
Signed by Austin Powers.
One book. This
This
sort
is
of thing is my bag, baby.
it's a practical joke.
I'll just sign it to get things moving along.
Yeah. I mean,
Mr.
still to this day,
Powers.
the best.
Put it in, put it in.
Quickly.
No,
And then he got it at the end of the film on a random task. I swear it's not mine.
was a little corny. Like, yeah, Gary Coleman and Vanilla Ice. Yeah, as Frozen people, I get it. But I mean, peeing. I mean, hilarious. But yeah, that entire scene Fantastic.
Russian intelligence, are you mad? And it's funny because now we're back. So we
Look at
don't
these
like
capitalist pigs. Congratulations, you commies.
Austin, we won.
Oh yeah, capitalism.
Good choice. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of funny ones. But you know what? I think I'm gonna pick and save some of these for my Ani mentions unless they get chosen. I'm gonna pick a little bit of a wild card and go with the radar scene and like the with Clint Howard and the general. And they're like going back and forth, and then I'm pretty sure they build on that in like the second one, maybe.
I think so.
I think. But when they're just like, it's a big boy, sir, and he's like, no, that's God. He's like, no, Bog's big boy has always been around, and like goes through the whole thing, and then he's like, all right, I gotta get going. He calls up his assistant, and it's just like, bring my overnight bag, feed my fish. Just the way
Not too
that
much.
that scene is like so different from the rest of the movie. That's why I wanted to pick it.
Good choice.
Shout out Clint Howard, Ron Howard, friend of the program.
Oh yeah, the Howards love this program.
Close personal friends.
I'm gonna go with just give me the opening credits. Give me the
Oh,
whole
I
dance
had that too.
sequence. Like, come on, man. It just set up the movie so perfectly. Like all of his dance moves are amazing. The choreography great. Him coming around the corner with the band. I forgot about that.
So did I.
Just him seeing the cop and then they start dancing with the cop. I don't know. It was just so silly and like just the perfect setup to the movie that I was chuckling the whole time. Just like and it was like a perfect way to like after all this time to just be reintroduced to the movie and like just getting the whole vibe of it and like I said, the choreography and the dancing and the silliness is just getting you in that mindset of what this movie was going to be. So I'll go for that. Go for the opening credits.
And can we just with that quickly call out? I mean, the music is
Incredible.
fantastic, incredible.
Quincy Jones, that's Quincy Jones, that opening music scene.
Is it?
Yeah, he's
I thought it
that's his-
was George Clinton got credited for he might have been the opening, but I think George Clinton got
Not
George Clinton got credited.
not the George Clinton you're thinking of.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It's a very white guy.
yeah.
I thought it was Paul and Funkadelic, George Clinton.
That's what I
That's
thought
what I
too.
thought.
No, but I think that's that song in the opening scene is a Quincy Jones
Is
song.
Quincy Jones.
Is it? Okay.
Quincy Jones.
Mm-hmm. What a fantastic opening. And so we basically just did like the first like 15 minutes of the whole movie as our favorite.
Yeah. Oh,
I can give you
Yeah,
the
Ani
casino
mentioned.
scene. The casino scene. I mean,
oh yeah.
right off the bat. Hey, there you are. Well, hi, do I know you? No, but that's where you are. You're over there.
You're there.
I mean,
I
forget
love-
about it.
I love how serious he gets every time Dr. Evil gets mentioned too, where he's like joking around. And then as soon as Vanessa brings up Dr. Evil, he's like, say it again.
That's what I died laughing again, like so stupid. But when he pulls out the 5 and his face just shoots like what just happened. I mean, I died laughing with that. I mean, I forgot about this part when he opens the bathroom door and he goes, "Hey, did you happen to see anything I thought?"
I wanted to mention that too. So funny.
I mean, I forgot how fucking stupid and funny that was. I mean, till this day, it's hilarious. It's probably one of my favorite lines in the entire movie. But sans the stupid, who does number 2 work for, and Tom Arnold coming in and ruining the scene. But it's great.
And my wife, Oprah.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Richie Cunningham.
I love the what is it? Eye patch X-ray vision.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Shout out to
And
Soup
he-
Nazi.
Yeah.
And Babu Bot.
Yep.
Babu Bot is the president of, I don't know, it's like Iraq or something, that in the UN. So you get
Oh yeah.
Babu Bot and the Soup Nazi.
Fantastic. I do like, even though I picked Dr. Evil for my least favorite character, I do like a lot of the scenes with just them around the table, just like talking about whatever plotting. The first scene when he's killing everybody, and I mean, Will Ferrell getting very badly burned is hilarious. So those are all funny scenes. What else?
How does when does number 2 get brought back as Rob Lowe? Is it in the second one or the third one?
The second one.
I
Or what,
think
they go back in time and get
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
and bring. It's so dumb.
So stupid.
yeah, now I like feel like I have to watch 2 because I wonder if it is better. I don't know.
We're gonna have to decide on a poll that we put up, and if we get a big response on this video, we might have to pivot to 2. Or if this performs like what did we do last week?
Ripley,
Mr. Ripley, definitely not, but it's possible.
we'll see.
I don't get it. I don't get it. There's a lot of like lame-os out there that are getting tons of hits and they can't even hold a candle to some of the funny things everybody says in this podcast. But hey,
The
times
best
are changing,
takes.
as my man Robert J. Dillon said.
He's the best. Robbie mentioned it earlier, but give me, or no, it was Ryan. But my auntie mentions, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach.
The best.
And the the little jaunt that they went on, the montage. That's an auntie mention for me.
Yeah. What about the couple scenes where he's like coming to grips with being in the 90s and like, he's got the people hanging out and they making fun of him, which
Oh
like
man.
the CD, like it's corny, it's stupid. But I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, drugs, Mama Cass, a ham sandwich.
And yeah, I
Whether
think
it was like was the Reebok pumps even stat?
I
I
feel
think
like
they were long gone back in '97.
I feel like I remember even back then being like, pumps, that shit's old.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, give me a little sentimental moment too when Vanessa smashed and she tries to kiss Austin. And Austin, listen, he may be a playboy, he may be an international man of mystery, but he knows consent is key.
It's true.
So shout
Of
out to
course.
Austin.
Good man.
Shout out to Austin. Man, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Pardon
And then
me,
he
that
goes
was
and
my
bangs a
food.
lot of vagina.
Yeah. I
What does he
shagged
say?
her. I shagged her rotten.
Shagged her rotten.
The
I'm trying to think of
Italian
his little song when he farts in the jacuzzi.
Oh yeah. It was not me, it was my food. It just came up to say hello and now it's gone back down below. And she's just like,
sucky it to me.
that's beautiful.
Oh yeah, you know that stupid thing I do. Like I don't want to do it now because I don't want the audience to see what I'm wearing. But when he
His foot.
that's a spot he kicks when he kicks his leg. I'd still do that to this day. Sometimes there's a lot of things I do to this day with this movie. So
Any other Ani mentions?
judo chops, the fucking dental floss, the dental floss staying, completely tight on the bar, and they swing across.
Love it.
I get it. I have bad teeth.
Judo kick. Judo shove. Oh, trip, he says. Judo trip.
Yeah.
Love it. That whole beginning scene with the the sharks with freaking laser beams. He's like,
Yeah.
they're sea bass.
Are they ill-tempered?
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
And even though I hate Scott too, I do like when he's just like, I have a gun in my room. I'll go get it. Bam.
I'll shoot him in the head.
All right. Shall we move on?
Shall we shag now?
Oh, the plane scene's pretty funny. I've fallen over.
I
A
felt
jumbo jet.
My jumbo jet smashing, baby. All right, let's move on then. Wait, what do we have left?
How would we make
the
it
movie
better?
better.
Oh yeah. How would you make this film better? Any ideas, anybody?
Give me a remake. But I mean, I guess we're getting Austin Powers 4. So
Allegedly. I feel like
allegedly.
that's been in development for a long time.
Yeah. I'm nervous. When it's been this long, I'm nervous. But I don't know. I don't really have anything other than I would just want a newer one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but I feel like I don't know what you would do to like make it better because it is what it is. It's not a 10. Never gonna be a 10.
No, it's never gonna
But
be.
that's what it should be. It shouldn't be. It's a parody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got anything, Rob?
Although, I mean, Naked Gun, like some of those might be
Oh, Naked Gun.
Airplane, like Spaceballs, like some of those are parodies. And
Spaceballs might be a 10 parody
that's what
movie.
I'm saying. Like some of those might be 10s.
Never seen that.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
I saw it even I think way before I ever even saw a Star Wars movie.
Same.
But if you just know what you know about Star Wars from just like pop culture, you'll get it. And it's just it's insanely funny. Rick Moranis is just the best in that movie.
Fucking best. I don't know. You're not making faces under there. Yeah, I don't really have any suggestions. Maybe a recast of like a few people, but
But you could say that, but then like I said, over the next two movies, like all the side players grew into those characters. I think this is one of the rare I don't want to say trilogy, but like franchises that like they didn't get very bad eat with each successive movie. Like they're still, potentially 2 is better than this one. And then 3 kind of stunk, but it was also a lot of funny stuff in it. So
yeah.
I think that those side characters, Frau, Dr. Evil, even Scotty, like got better as the franchise went on.
I feel like I remember him like being really bad in 3 though.
Scotty?
Yeah. I don't remember though, to be
Could
honest.
be.
Oh,
I don't remember anything about 3 except that Goldmember collected all the skin.
I love gold. Really quick, favorite scene on Mensch when they're at the group therapy thing. That shit's so funny.
Oh yeah.
My father he would drink, he would womanize. He'd claim he invented the question mark.
We just had a breakthrough at therapy. I had them all liquidated, you little shit. They were insolent.
Insolent. Yeah, I don't really have many suggestions. Rob, you got anything?
No. I think it was as is. You're not going to get me to say anything bad for an hour and 30 movie with
True.
lots of laughs.
True. I do know of a way we can make this film better, though, and that is by working overtime. because the world needs bartenders.
Oof.
Where we cast Matt Damon in a role we invent or a role that exists. So, Benny, please kick us off.
Damn, and you threw me right on the spot too, knowing full well I didn't even think about this question for 1 second. Give me Matt Damon as the uncredited cowboy who is there for emotional support of Austin when he is taking out Patty O'Brien. Don't know what he would say. I really have not thought about this question. I forgot about it, but get Tom Arnold out of the movie, get Matt Damon into the movie, and maybe we're talking 10. Maybe we're talking 10.
I mean, you could have saved yourself again.
Shit. It's that velvet voice, though. I can't get it out of my head.
I know. What a set of hair.
Oh, please.
Forget about it. Is he still alive?
Yeah. It's like 90 something.
You know what they
I think
say.
he is.
Only the good die young.
Tell me about it. That's why I expect to go soon.
Meanwhile, pieces of shit last forever.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. And this fucking guy right here in the Liverpool kit.
Me.
Okay.
Give me Matt Damon as Mrs. Exposition. She really was a man,
Baby.
baby.
Love it.
That's it. No other notes.
No notes. 10 out of 10 for
Yeah,
me.
This isn't going to be anything out of the ordinary. It's not going to be Matt Damon as Joseph Goebbels. It's not going to be stuff like that. But just give me Matt Damon as Scott Evil. I mean, we already know Matt
Nice.
Damon could play a
Good pick.
fantastic evil person. I mean, we saw it in Mr. Ripley. We saw it in The Departed. We saw his, not the evilness, but you saw a troubled young kid in Will Hunting. Forget about it. Waterworks City. But yeah, give me. I mean, if Matt Damon played Scott Evil, forget about it. I mean, he'd be far and away the best actor in the entire movie. But he's right around that wheelhouse of just like 1997, just coming onto the scene, Academy Award winner. Forget about it. I mean, this movie would have been a bazillion out of 10 if I could give it. And I mean, it wouldn't hurt to see those good looks, those long, luscious blonde locks of Matt Damon. So give me Matt Damon as Scott Evil. He would have took that movie and made it, $1 trillion.
He was very much above this role in 1997, but is very much something he would be in now. And that's not taking away anything from him. He's still an A-list actor, but probably a little bit more humor about himself.
Yeah, he was probably, like you said, probably trying to take himself too seriously back then, getting in, just won an Academy Award for screenplay. So forget about it.
Yeah. Anything else to say about Austin Powers?
I will say,
a shagarat.
I hated Mike Myers as Austin Powers.
What?
Did not care for him.
Well, who does she want as Austin Powers?
I don't think she wanted as a recast. I think she just said he was annoying to her.
Wow.
She liked him as Dr. Evil, hated him as Austin Powers.
Oh, that's strange. I got the reverse.
Yeah.
I feel like I have seen a few times him like in interviews or on like award shows or like whatever. It always seems like he's like trying really hard to be funny. To me, that's the way he comes off. So he kind of annoys me a little bit in real life.
See, I got the opposite where I feel like he tries to be taken so seriously in interviews, and that annoys me about him.
It's like, dude, you make like fart jokes. Like,
yeah. You made
I
a
don't
whole
know,
movie
but
where
this
you
is
just asked people if they were fucking horny for an hour and a half.
yeah. This was years ago. Like I distinctly remember an award show. I forget which one, but Jim Carrey and him were like doing something together. And of course, Jim Carrey was just like over the top. And Mike Myers was trying so hard to like steal some of the attention from him, and Jim Carrey was just like having none of it. I mean, Jim Carrey, I guess, might be an asshole. I don't know, but it was just it read very try hard at the time to me.
Yeah.
I also don't like, I personally, I think Dana Carvey's far superior. To Mike, not far superior, but I think I do enjoy him better than Mike Myers. And it's the fact, like I said, the fact that he did steal the bit off of him. I don't know. I do like Mike Myers, but he's not my favorite out of the SNL bunch.
I wonder, do you have a favorite like off the top of your head? Because I was just, I don't know. I
Favorite
don't know if
SNL?
Yeah, I might go Phil Hartman.
I might have to go Will Ferrell.
I'd
Yeah,
probably have to say, I'd probably say Will Ferrell too. I was too young. Not even, I don't know if I was born. Well, yeah, I probably was a little bit before Eddie Murphy. And I don't know. I'm just not like a big Eddie Murphy guy.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm more of a Charlie Murphy guy, rest in peace. But yeah, I don't know. I probably have to go Will Ferrell or Phil Hartman and Chris Farley, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I
his
don't
career was
really.
too short, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Will Ferrell.
I don't really. I don't know. I don't know anybody else that's. And I don't know. But like Bill Hader, hilarious, very very good on Saturday Night Live. So I have to go with like some of those guys.
I would say Andy Samberg, but not SNL Andy Samberg. Like post SNL Andy Samberg is hilarious. But I wish I could say Phil Hartman, but he was like probably a little like just before my time, before I started like getting into SNL.
He was for SNL, he was a little bit before us. I do remember a bunch of his skits, but I would say like after a lot of the stuff I love.
I also feel like his humor plays more to me now than it would have then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, like he played my favorite villain of all time in Jingle All the Way. I mean, forget about it.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 movie for me. I'm not even lying.
It's
If we
so
do that
good.
this year, it's a 10 out of 10. You can have your Home Alones. A 10 out of 10 Jingle All the Way for me.
You know what's a 10? House Guest. Him and Sinbad.
I never saw that.
Oh,
Me either.
we need to
Next.
do like Sinbad week and Phil Hartman week.
Phil Hartman week would be very good.
Yeah. Damn. R.I.P. in peace. All right. I'm going off the rails here. Anything else about Austin Powers? Danger Powers.
Danger's my middle name. What
When
better
he
way to
says
leave
that
it
and
off?
looks at her. Danger's my middle.
All right. Well, let us know what you thought about Austin Powers. Give us some suggestions. Just email us and tell us you're horny, baby. That's cool too. But yeah, we appreciate you watching, the support, everything. Robbie, tell him good night.
Good night, Austin. I too never forget a pussy cat.
George Bush does not care about black people.
Yeah, because he was standing with Mike Myers at the time. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, and Mike Myers was just like,
What do I do?
oh.
He almost had his head explode like a fembot.
Fantastic. That dance was fantastic. It's so bad when he's lighting the cigarettes and throwing them in the mouth. Fantastic.
When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in. My wife says, "No, Gabriel, leave." I say, "No, let the boy watch. Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned."